Well, good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret again from M.E.s Orchids, and you might wonder what I'm doing in the kitchen. My mind's always working, thinking of ways I can either improve the health of my orchids by either adjusting the media and just adjusting the pots that they're in. And today I just thought, well, one of the reasons, I just thought, see this Phalaenopsis here? And this is one that I had in water with a few decorative stones. And then this is the one that's got the cakey there. And it's actually dropping one of its own leaves. And I'm not sure which side it is, that one there. It's trying to push its root outside and these aren't wide enough for it to come out. So I thought, well, I'm thinking about removing that mother plant there, that big piece of gnarled thing. And then the other day, this one here, this had some rot issues, and I took it out of the vase. It had got this little bit of rot here, so I pulled that rot off. And it's got some nice little root tips coming. So it's not been in anything, it's just been in this little tiny bowl here. It hasn't had the styrofoam peanuts. I've just put them there because I've been messing about in the kitchen. And so today I'm going to pot this into one of the other containers. This is the one that I had from a colleague at work to rescue. And that's the new leaf in my car. That was the leaf that was very desiccated. Well, you can see, can't you? And then this is doing very well. The only thing is, what I've thought about is when these Phalaenopsis are actually in either decorative gravel, some are in lava rock at the bottom, some are in hydrogen balls. And I think that the ones that are in decorative gravel, then there's no issue. It's the because the decorative gravel dries out. It's the ones that are in the lava rock and the hydrogen balls, and I think what's happening is they stay more moist. So when these roots are either going underneath them, and if they're not good roots, look at that, then they start to rot. And this is the problem I'm facing at the moment, is I've got some dieback on some of these roots. And so this is the reason I'm checking the majority of the Phalaenopsis. I'm going through each one. And that had got a little bit of rock wool on then, so let me just have a look in there. Just generally checking them over and making sure there's no root tips that are not viable. See, that's not viable there. So cut back it to the green. See, there's a slight, is it a crack? Let's have a look. Just a slight crack there. So I'm going to cut this one back to there. And by cutting it back to the green, you can see the green. See, some have got little black tips on. You see, that's got a black tip on, can't you see? And that's also got a little bit of desiccated root there. So I'm going to cut that back into the green. Like that. And I'll cut that root off there. And let's have a look at that one. See, it's black at the end. Can you see? So I'm going to cut that back. Take that back a little bit further. Okay. Now, when you do put your orchids into any kind of water culture, then with the humidity and the moisture, you can actually get rotting. Now with good roots you won't, but if there's any roots that are not healthy from the very beginning, see that one's just hanging on by a thread, that one there, but that one, see that one, because this one's got plenty of roots, I'm going to cut that one off. That one, can you just see a little bit of, so I'm going to take that back just a little bit further to the green. And now we come to this one. So I've been looking at this and I've been thinking, how the hell am I going to do this? And one of my subscribers very kindly sent me a package this weekend. Thank you, Dave. I do really appreciate receiving this unexpected gift. And Dave thought about me because when he's been watching my unboxing video, no, sorry, not unboxing, but potting videos, when he's been watching me and he sees me struggle with those little bits that you can't get into. Look at this, look what he sent. This little tool. You see, that enables you to get in, right down in there, or to get in somewhere like that. So I'm just going to, if it'll come through, have a look at this. And see, this was doing quite well in the waterculture, and I decided to put it back in bark. But so, you know, some people might say, well, was that a mistake? Well, I don't know whether it was a mistake until I decide that it's not actually doing very well, and I need to rethink about it. Oh, that hydrogen ball's come off there. See whether that one will come off. Yes, that one's come off. If I can, I want to get these hydrogen balls off, and I don't like to prize too much of the bark, because that was the original bark she was in. So she was in a bark medium. Then I put her into one of the glass vases, and she romped away with that, and that's that new root, you see there, that new root, that piece of bark, and that's just hanging on by a thread. So let's have a look. So what I thought, can you see? I don't know whether you'll see what I'm seeing. I have to go behind the camera. Can you see when I pull her back there? Can you see that bit I've just pulled back? What I'm trying to see now is, done it. Right. Now what have we got? We've actually got a root there. You see that root, that green root? So this particular part of that plant wasn't dead. And it was actually helping this one here. And this was its cakey. But that has got sufficient root system to hold its own as a phalaenopsis, and that's all that little wound there. So I'm just going to get some cinnamon. See, we've got, can you see there, that's a rot, so let's take that rot back. Can't be doing with a rot. Not if she's going to go back into a vase. If I can, I'll see whether any of these, I don't know whether you'll see me taking these little bits of bark off. Right, let's just see whether or not this little tool See, normally I'd use a knife to go under here. But of course, little pieces of bark have got crevices, haven't they, underneath? And look at that. That's marvellous. Let's just have a look over here before I put the hydrogen peroxide on, if I can get rid of any more. Because my idea is, I'll show you in a second. And I've done it to quite a few of the falls today. Right. Now you see, that's a rotted bit there. Well, it's discoloured, it's not rotted. So I don't even need to take the outer part off. Let's have a look at that one. That one's got too many breaks there, so I'm going to cut back there. And she's just got one little piece there. Sorry. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at her now. She's got a nice big root system. She's got a nice growing tip there. She's got a nice growing tip there. And let's have a look. I'm not going to, normally I wouldn't remove this leaf. I'd let it die back naturally. So the plant gets the nutrient back. But under there, can you see? Under there is the start of a new root. And if I can just take that little bit back there, not damage that, that'll enable that new root now to pull through. There we go. Okay, see, it has flowered there. Let's see if I can take that back just a little bit. And this extremely hot weather we've been having has, I mean, I'm very lucky because all my orchids are inside, but they've still had to cope with very high temperatures. And you know, we go into that room and it's like a sauna. Now I'm going to put a little bit on there of cinnamon without it touching the roots, because cinnamon dries up roots and you don't want that to happen. Right, so I'm just going to take this away now, this tray. Just bear with me a minute out of the way. There we go. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. Let me just wipe my hand there. I've got 3 vases and I've got 3 phalaenopsis to go in. Okay, let's have a look at these 3. Let's just bring you up a fraction and then we'll see what I mean. Okay. Now this one that we've just done now, that's got quite a lengthy root system. And I bring it forward and gently manoeuvre this inside. There we go. She'll sit that way. There we go. And you think, well, what have I done different with these vases than the others upstairs that are still upstairs? The others have got the lava rock and they've got the grow stones. And the only difference I've done is I've done a disc here of a foam, a styrofoam, not styrofoam peanuts, just a disc of foam. And what I want to happen is when these get watered, then there's a gap. Can you see the depth of that styrofoam there? So when I put water in here, I'll show you this one here. Remember, now this is the one from upstairs, and this has been in the crystal vase. And I've just done exactly the same with this one. And this is in that vase with the jug, and I've taken that Phalaenopsis that was in there, and I'll show you in a minute. I put it in one of the other vases, and you'll see that water level now. Actually, there's probably a little bit too much water in there. I wanted it just to come just below the rim of that disc, because you see now it's slightly over the styrofoam, and all that lava rock is now wet. And so my idea is that the water comes up to that level, and then when the water depletes, I will know, because the when the water depletes, the lava rock will still retain some moisture, and I know that I don't actually need to water it at that stage. There will still be enough humidity in that lava rock. And I'm putting them in lava rock because it's not as heavy as decorative stones. That's the one that I've just done, and she's very healthy. Now, so this leaves me now with two vases here, this one and this one. And so then I decide which will go in which. Believe it or not, let me just show you. See, this one here could be a little bit over potted in that one. So I'm going to bring this one, and that will sit in there, and you see there, and I'll introduce some water shortly, and then there's enough air in here so those roots now don't rot. So I'll put that one there. And this one, I had thought, well, shall I actually trim that one back? But I don't think I will, because I think she'll just allow me to lie her down there and see which way she wants to fall. There, you see? She wants to fall that way. Can you see? So let's just have a look now. She's got roots there, a new root there. She's got a root there. She's got a few that are not too good. She's still got a few actual decorative stones. I just thought, well, I'd leave just a few in here. I think I'd run out of the lava rock. And I think she'll look quite nice in that one. So let me just take these over here and out of the way. I'll just put that one behind us, that one on the windowsill, and this is the one that was in the jug over there with the ribbon attached to it, and this has still got some small pieces of bark adhered to it, but she's got some nice growing tips, some nice green roots there, and you can see them whether we're in the right light, and she's got a nice root there, and she's got this root here, and she's got this root here, and she's got a little aerial root there. I've been trying to see whether it'd allow me to gently. You've got to be so careful because they're quite brittle at this stage. I was hoping, that's it. She's allowed me just to push that one down there. And what I've done now, unfortunately, I've let the label slip in. I'll pull the label out, and I'll have to manoeuvre that, and there we go. So that's that one. This is another one I've done. This is one of the three sisters, and they're getting quite big actually, these. You see, she's got this big root here, this nice big aerial root. She's got all these nice growing tips here and down there, and when I introduce some water, I shall only introduce that small amount just where that styrofoam disc is. And there we go, these are the last two. This one here. Now this one suffered for a long time. I didn't get her right. I don't know what I'd done wrong. She's just got one desiccated root. I don't know whether you'll see through there. But I've not chopped that one off yet. I'm leaving that one. And she's got that nice disc that she's sitting on now with the lava rock. And there's her new leaf. And last but least, this is the one that had the two spikes, and this one I called Chantilly Bouquet. Let's bring it up a little bit for you. And I've cut both spikes off now, one desiccated back, and no, I didn't cut both spikes off. I do apologise, I thought I'd cut both spikes off. But this one, I've left one of the spikes here because this one's still green. And in this one, can you see there? I don't know whether you can see there. This has got two nice new roots coming out there, and some growing tips there. She's got a little bit of an area here. You see there's that rotted bit there, and she's got this desiccated bit here. Now I could, sorry about banging the, see what I mean? Just pull that little bit of area back and see whether that'll heal itself. Sometimes they do. And let's have a look, she's gone back in without any damage. Now was she sat that way or was she sat this way? There we go. So just a quick video this afternoon. It's been a productive afternoon. Like I say, the weather's very hot outside, and so we can't go out into the garden. We have been out in the garden this morning, and we'll go out later this evening. So it's orchid maintenance, and I want again to thank my YouTube subscriber, Dave Miller. He's the gentleman who lives not too far from where I live, and like I say, he kindly sent me this this very valuable now tool. So thank you, Dave. And to my new YouTube subscribers, thank you for joining me. And we'll close now, and then it's work tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do on Wednesday. So from me to you, take care, bye for now.